Uh, Dear children, in the last session we talked about food items. We also talked about the food items come from plant parts and also from animal products. Just to recapitulate what we did yesterday, we said people are the humans who eat plant products. They are known as vegetarians. We told this yesterday. And people who eat humans who eat animal products are called non-vegetarians. This is one kind of classification. And now coming to animals. Animals which eat plant products are called herbivores. This is just recapitulation, we are doing it. And animals which eat other animals are called carnivores. Sometimes some animals may eat both plant and animal material, then they are called omnivores. So this is what we studied yesterday. We also studied that food contains ingredients. And we also said yesterday, in the plants there are parts which are called edible parts. Both in animal and plants we have parts called edible parts. So this is what we learned yesterday. What we do today, we will try to go a little further and find out which are the plant parts that we normally eat and which are the animal parts which we normally eat. Let's try to find it out now. Now let us try to take one example of, let's say, a food item called chickpea. You know all these things, right? Chickpea. Now can you tell me what are the ingredients in chickpea? Okay, I will answer myself. Chickpea contains groundnut, seeds. It contains jaggery. It contains water. These are the three important ingredients in chickpea. Now let's try to say groundnut seed. Which plant produces groundnut seed? If you ask that question, we can say groundnut plant. That's the plant that produces in this plant, groundnut plant, only seeds are used. That is fruits. Fruits are grown under the soil, therefore they are called groundnuts. Fruits are there. When you open the fruits, you get the seeds. So groundnut seeds are part. In case of groundnut plant, leaf is not eaten, then stem is not eaten. So only some parts are edible. Like that. Now let's think of jaggery. You know jaggery? It's called bella in Kannada. In Kannada it's called bella, right? Which plant produces jaggery? Okay, I will tell. It is sugarcane. Sugarcane plant. Now sugarcane plant, when you crush it, you get sugar cane juice, and when this juice is heated up, you get jaggery, or when the sugar cane is sent to a factory where they get the juice and they refine it and we get the sugar. That means some plant parts produce more than one type of product. So this is an idea to give you. Therefore I give the example of sugar cane. Now some plant may give more than one food item. Now similarly, take one more example like banana plant. Banana plant gives banana fruits. It also gives something inside the very tender stem, and that people eat it. And the banana leaves are used for various occasions to have food on that. So that means every plant has different parts. Each part is useful. Now I would be quite happy if you take down one question and try to answer it. You name 10 plants. You have to write names of 10 plants in your exercise book and write down which part of the plant is useful and how many parts are made from that particular plant. We will just close this idea about the plant parts. I told you there are plants which give different types of food items. Different parts produce different food items. Now you must know at least which part of the plant is edible. Edible means that we can eat. All the parts in a plant are not edible. You take the example of neem plant. In the neem plant, we cannot eat leaves, we cannot eat roots. Even animals sometimes eat them, but they are used for medicine. But neem seeds are taken and they make it neem oil. It's a very good medicine. Like that, every plant has some part that is useful for us, but all parts are not edible. That's an important point you must note. Now let's try to go to the other aspect, the animal products. Now if you think of one or two animals, for example, let's say take the example of cow, or you take the example of buffalo. When you take these two examples, one more example, we will take hen. Now let's say cow. Now what are the products, what are the food products we get from the cow? If you think of it, first thing you can tell is milk. Correct? Am I right? Yeah. Milk gives how many products? You can think of several products from the milk. Several products are there from the milk. So cow is a very useful animal and it gives many products from the milk. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಗೆ ಹಿಂದಿನ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಸುವನ್ನ ಕೌ ಅಂದರೆ ಹಸುವನ್ನ ಕಾಮಧೇನು ಅಂತ ಕರಿತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಅಂದರೆ ಅದರಿಂದ ಬೇಕಾದಷ್ಟು ನಮಗೆ ವಸ್ತುಗಳು ಉಪಯೋಗಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಸ್ತುಗಳು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. Buffalo also gives milk and that milk also gives many products. Now hen gives egg. Yesterday I told you we use it for omelette. Spelling sometimes somebody writes single T, somebody writes double T, so I don't know which one is correct. Omelette. And eggs are used for many other purposes. From the hen we also get flesh. Many people eat very delicious food called chicken. So like that you can think of 10 animals and write the products you get from the animals and which part of the animal is normally used for the food. This is an exercise you must be able to know. That means both animals and plants produce food items for us, but all parts of the plant and all parts of the animal are not used as food, or not, they are not edible. That is the point which you should be able to understand. So we will just try to close this particular chapter, this topic, and we shall try to now find out one more important thing. Uh, Food for animals. Let's think of this little thing. Try to understand that. Food for animals. I will now ask you one question. First thing is, we'll say cow. What is the food for cow? What is that it takes? Yes, I think cow takes only grass, maybe some leaves, or maybe some grains given by the thing. So now cow's food is different. This is natural. They get outside, natural, and grains and other things are given by man. Humans give them grains and other things. So leaves also are eaten by the cows. Now like that, you can think of sheep. What is the food sheep takes? You can think of what is the food hen takes. You can think of the animal like peacock. What is the food peacock takes? You can think of lizard and then tell what food it takes. Think of a small thing like ant. What is the food it takes? You should be able to explain. Most wonderful thing that you can see will be ants. When the ants are going, you know very well, they go in a line. They will, I don't know how they will find out sugar is there. They go to sugar. If there is little sweet like jaggery fallen down, I don't know from where they come. You can understand what wonderful animals ants are. If you want to do a lot of research, you can do on the ants. So even you can think of which kind of food really ant takes. Whether these lizard, what is the food of lizard? You can do a research at home. You can think of the wall gecko you find in your home. What is the food it takes? Cockroach. Now you can do a very wonderful project on this cockroach. Take a cockroach, put it in a bottle, and then try to give food for it. Try to give all kinds of foods. Rice you give, sugar you give, jaggery you give, mosquitoes you give. Find out which food it takes. So now the food of animals will be very, very interesting to study, as we have many animals around us. Watch it, find out what type of food it takes. We also can think of animals which are not in our environment, but they are all in the forest, and you call them wild animals. Wild animals. You can just give one example for that. I will give you one example. Tiger. You can give another example like that. You can think of 5 different wild animals and find out what is the food of these animals. If you do not know, ask someone else. Even if someone else does not know, now check the web. You know that Google search. Google is a search engine. If you got a mobile phone or a computer at home, search and find out at least food for 10 animals. And we know plants make their own food by photosynthesis. We will not discuss much on that one. So we just like to close this chapter and telling, in the third session, I'll be giving you worksheets and also some questions which will be posted in the YouTube. You can check on that one. Even this will be posted in the YouTube. You can check on that. Just to sum it up, we have studied in this particular chapter some very important ideas like food is the item we normally eat. It is the ready-made item. Food may be of different types from different regions, from different parts of India. Different people eat different types of food. They are called varieties of food. Any food we take is a combination of more than one type of food, or we call food contains many ingredients. So you should be able to know ingredients of every food. You take one example and find out how many ingredients are there in that. Take the example of, say, chicken biryani. Okay? Most people like it. What are the ingredients in that? Check up one more thing like bisibele bath, that is very famous in Karnataka. Find out what it contains. Like each state has one good food. In the next session, I'll be giving you a picture showing 27 states of India and all the food. Thank you. I think you should read your book and find out more about these food items. Bye-bye.